Good morning. Welcome to the Community Calendar. I'm Jazze, and today my guest is the first Black male teacher of the year for 2021, Eric Hale from Burnett Elementary in Dallas. Thank you so much for joining me. And I also have Anthony Grissett and Arminda Grissett, and they are from the North Texas BMLA with McDonald's. Thank you guys so much again for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I got to start with you, Eric, because how does it feel becoming the first African-American male teacher of the year in Texas? You're making history.
Oh man, God is good. To be honest with you, it's a shared honor. I stand on the shoulders of many great Black men that came before me, that were great educators, that were life changers, that purely just didn't get the opportunity and the spotlight on all the great works that they were doing. So it's not about the me, it's about the we, it's about the collective. And I share this award with great Black male educators of the past and the ones that are walking alongside of me right now in the present.
Mm-hmm. And I have to ask, because you work at an elementary school. My husband is in education as well. And there's not a lot of male African-American men in elementary. So why did you choose elementary? And what would you say to other young men out there considering being an educator as yourself?
I chose elementary school partly because of my background. So when you have children that are growing up in poverty and growing up in traumatic situations, that poison and that negativity is not waiting for them to become a certain age. They are many times born into it. Generational trauma, generational poverty in these families. So they need some hope as soon as possible. They need somebody that they can relate to as soon as possible. So I would encourage many, many, many more men of color and African-American males to not only decide to become educators, but get on the front lines and help me set the foundation. I'm trying to set the foundation and build their social, emotional self-esteem. You can realize that they can overcome any obstacle. And they need to be hearing that and being prayed over, and people need to be speaking greatness over their life from day one. From pre-K, from kindergarten. Many times it's too late when you wait for middle school and high school. They've already been tuned out of education at that point. So my calling is to help set the foundation for these young children.
Yeah, that's a great point. And, since you are the teacher of the year, you got to be doing something remarkable in the classroom. What's your secret? Because you need to share it with the other teachers out there. What is your teaching style?
My teaching style is teaching from the heart to the mind. There can't be any great expectations without relations. So I focus on connecting with my students where they are. And like I said, building their self-esteem educationally and emotionally. And so I do whatever I can to reach them. I'm not traditional. I know that I use music in my classroom for everything. Okay. And so, and it's a constant learning model. So I always played music. And then I said, it would be awesome if I learned how to DJ. So then I taught myself how to DJ. So I have a DJ booth in my classroom. And so I can scratch and manipulate the energy that's in my classroom at that time. So then I said, well, how can I take it to the next level? And so all children are very unique and they're gifted in different ways. And I said, well, I'm tired of looking for clean versions of music that I like and finding those instrumentals. I said, surely there's got to be a way that I could create my own music. So then I invested in a at-home studio And
Oh.
so I create my own music based off the feelings that the children give to me. So the songs that I play on my DJ booth that I'm scratching, it might be a song that's called Carlos. And so Carlos's song has elements, in my saxophone, certain type of drums, 808s, and his song is unique to the feeling that that child gives me. So when we're playing the music in the classroom, they know which songs are theirs. And so what better way to express how much I love them than for them to have their own song? And everybody's song sounds different. So that's just another way that I try to express my love for them. And they give me that love back. And that's why we've been able to be so successful. One of the biggest clues that I can give you is that if you're an educator, 70% of it is just having your kids want to be in your classroom. There's no other place that my children want to be but in my classroom. My children don't cry when they get dropped off to come to school. They cry when I'm giving them a hug to go home. So you want to create a safe environment. It's safety where they can fail, where you can prop them up. You can allow them to learn how to lead. You can teach them how to advocate for themselves and others. My classroom is built around royalty. So when you walk in my classroom, everything is accented in gold. There's crowns above their desks that hang from the ceilings because I'm letting them know that you were born worthy. You were born royal, right? Because we're all created in God's image. So regardless of the situation that you are leaving your house, when you come into my classroom, you are the best thing that's ever happened. And so because they feel that way, I'm able to hold them accountable to the high standards that we create as a classroom. And so a lot of music, a lot of love, a lot of dancing. It's not traditional, but the results have been there.
Yeah, you have a remarkable story. And, you know, Anthony and Arminda, they both saw your story and you moved them so much. And I want to start with you, Anthony. If you could just tell me, as an owner of McDonald's, why did his story move you so much?
Well, it was simple for me. His passion is so obvious. His love for family is evident in his actions. He is a man of action who loves and impacts the world. And when you see that, it makes you want to be a part of it. So Arminda and I were in different rooms watching the news, and we saw his story and didn't have a conversation until later. And we took an action and took that idea to our group, the North Texas BMOA, which stands for Black McDonald's Owners and Operators of our brand. And we wanted to do something to let Mr. Hale know that we value and appreciate what he's doing, as well as to let the students know that they can aspire to reach that crown. They can aspire to be owners of businesses, irregardless of where they come from.
Yes. And would you like to add to that, Arminda?
Yes. You know, in 2020, there's been so much negativity in various aspects of the world. And so Mr. Hale is worthy of being honored.
Yes.
Yes, he is. And we are just so proud of your work, your advocacy for the students, your commitment to education and community, not just the impact that it's going to have in your classroom, but the impact that that's going to have on on the children for years to come. It reminded me of one of my dear elementary teachers that at 61, I still think of fondly the impact that she had on me, not just while I was in the classroom, but for years and years to come. And because of that, Mr. Hale, we are just so honored and happy to be here with you today. And the North Texas BMOA is honored to honor you through in several ways. We have a layered plan, but we're here to announce that we're donating books to the school, your school library, where there will be a section in the library.
Oh, wow.
That is the Eric Hale section of your library. And we will be selecting books that when the children read those books, the first thing they're going to see is that it is being donated by the North Texas BMOA to honor Mr. Eric Hale, Teacher of the Year.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And in the same way that you go to the children where they are, we will make sure that they are multicultural perspectives, so that every child will feel valued and important in the way that you make them feel in the classroom.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Even a legacy at such a young age. I mean, this is so fantastic. And, you know, you like to speak through song. What song are you feeling right now?
Just based off of, I think like Lift Every Voice and Sing. I'm still riding high from the inauguration and seeing that wonderful young woman, that poet. Yes. And just looking at her in her eyes, and I have a daughter, she's 4. And so I look at my beautiful daughter and then I imagine, man, that could be my daughter up there. Blessing the world, really. For me, she stole the show. Her confidence, the way she carried herself, her smile, her integrity, her beauty, her strength for being honest in her poem, and really being able to weave such an intricate, detailed poem of where we have been in America and where we are currently, but where we can go in a positive way in the future. So probably Lift Every Voice and Sing.
All right. I would sing it, but my voice isn't the best. But I am just so happy for you, and I just want you to continue all the wonderful success. Congratulations again for being the first Black male teacher in Texas to win Teacher of the Year for 2021. You're young, you have so much life and legacy yet to leave, and thank you so much to the North Texas BMLA for donating the books. And they said it's layers to this, so this is just the beginning, you know, as far as you leaving a trail of a legacy and education in your name.
Thank you guys so much. You truly touched me. I'll be praying for you guys. You guys are part of my story now, my family. Now, and you know, if there's any other educators out there that are gonna watch this, see this, they need to truly understand that you can do all things. And you're never as bad as they say you are, and you're never as good as you think. So keep working. You can accomplish anything. My first year teaching, I was ran out the classroom. I was told by the principal at the time that I might need to do something else. And so what I decided to do was pray harder and work harder. I say this because I went to school for business. I didn't even go to school for education. I went through an alternative certification program. And sometimes there's a shade thrown at people who go coming in through the back door than maybe somebody who graduates from an education degree. It does not matter how you get in front of those children, as long as you get in front of those children.
All right.
And you never know what God has in store for you. This is my 11th year teaching. I've been nominated for 3 national awards. I've won 1. So 2015, I was a finalist for the Fishman Prize, which at the time was like a Grammy for education. 2019-20, which was last year, I won the Tim Smith Award, which is the National Urban School Teacher of America. So I won a national award last year. And then this year, I made Black history by becoming the first African-American male to ever win the Texas State Teacher of the Year to represent our state for the National Teacher of the Year. So in 11 years, God saw fit to take somebody that was thought to be the worst to give them a platform to be considered one of the best in America. So you can do it too. You're probably brighter than me. So I'm praying for all the educators and all the new educators that are thinking about coming into education. The children need you.
Yes.
Yes. You said that. I mean, because some people don't understand. They think things happen overnight, and it took you 11 years to get here, right? And you were told you weren't even good enough, that you should try another career. You didn't even graduate with an education degree. You came in through the back door, so people looking at you sideways like, okay, you're not really into education like I am. But look at you now, right? Breaking barriers, and God has this way of putting you where you need to be. And that's exactly what happened. And so you just have such a wonderful story. And I'm telling you, 10 years from now, who knows, you might be the education secretary. You know, you might be appointed by the president. You just never know. So, you know,
you never know.
Doing what you've been doing, and we might see you next time on that inauguration stage, right?
Right.
Hey, Jazze, I like what you said, and it's but God, because throughout the adversity, personally and professionally, God had a story written for Eric Hale. And we are blessed to be just having the opportunity to have the conversation with you, because you are an inspiration to so many. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. And just one last thing that it came to me. God will take your trials and tribulation and turn it into your testimony. So never forget that, because that's truly what he's did for me.
I love it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And again, congratulations, Eric Hale.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.